Hello everybody. I did a couple projects on this one, but this is my first attempt at a flat curved dish, I guess, to turn. It's made out of cherry, and it was actually easier than I thought. I got the idea from Tiny Turner. She was doing a flat dish, a much larger scale than what I'm turning, and I ended up losing a lot. I ended up learning a lot from what she was demonstrating, and I really like her informative turns. I always kept in mind, especially on the edges, you work your way from the outside in. With all of that hollow spot, if you start at the center first, then you lose all of your strength in the dish. And so it worked out really well to actually work, like I said, from the outside in. But of course I have to do my mortise here, so rather than just keeping it flat, I decided to put just a little stable ring on there. One thing I didn't show you guys is I glued on a waste block on the other side. That was the first time for that too. I've never done that. That actually worked out very well too. There's just a whole bunch of new stuff going on here. That's just sanding sealer. And this is shellac. And I found when doing the dish, it's a lot easier to just put a whole bunch of it on first and then spin it up and then put a little bit more on to give it a little shine and protection. I was really kind of worried because the mortise that I did wasn't very deep, but that plate is so light that I didn't have any problems at all. And here we go, working from the outside in. And you just have to make sure everything is the same size, and I keep stopping and starting, stopping and starting. I only wanted that to be less than a 1/4 inch. I have to be really careful because I really didn't want to dig into that mortise. I think I came pretty close, but all in all it was pretty symmetrical. Kind of break my rule and going towards the outside when I shouldn't, but there was just that little ring that I had to get rid of. So sanding, you just have to be really careful for that empty spot, because if you get your finger in there, it's gonna hurt. Didn't get me, thank goodness, but then I decide, yeah, there's no way to get those edges except to do it by hand, and it wasn't bad. So now to do the fun part. So the purple bowl, I thought, okay, that's going to be really cool. I kind of made a mistake on this one. All you do is you get a lace curtain or tablecloth or something like that that you maybe have stains on or whatever, and you just put it over the top and spray through. And I wasn't really intending to do purple, but that was an oops that was a pleasant oops. It came out really good, as you can see here. Now this was a trial and error that I wasn't sure what was going to happen. I wanted to, you know, fill it in with the wax, but I knew that the feed and wax has some alcohol or something along those lines, and I didn't want to get rid of the paint. But I thought, okay, well, I'll just put a whole bunch on, and then we'll rub it in and let it soak in and see what it does. Even then, it's still on the paper towel. It pulled off some of the paint, but it wasn't bad. But in the future, I'm not going to do that. So this clear glaze from Krylon, it's a triple coat. And the stuff is just amazing. You really don't need a lot. You come back through and you do one coat, let it dry, and see how it looks. And then if it needs another coat, then you just do another light coat, and it just comes out glossy and really pretty, as you'll see in the end here. So now it's time for the bowl. So I spray painted the bowl purple first. And then just very carefully put the lace on top and find a good spot where it'll put a nice print on it. Now I learned how to do this when I was redoing furniture. I'd go to a thrift store and buy an old table and restore it and change it and paint it. And then I found this stuff. It's made by Rust-Oleum, and it's this metallic, and it's kind of a pearly kind of finish. And then you spray that on top. And I would do that on top of desks and tables, and I actually did it to my mailbox as well, and it really comes out nice. Except the paint can failed. I only got maybe about 4 or 5 squirts out of it, and then it just stopped. So I had to run back down to Home Depot, get me a new can, but there was just enough to do what I needed to do. And then just let it dry. Can't tell what looks better in the shade or in the sun, but you can see how that lace puts that pattern on there and makes things look really cool. I actually got this idea, or remembered this idea, after watching Wayne the Wood Turner when he's doing his water droplet demonstration. So thank you, Wayne. Hopefully this inspires you guys to put this on some of the projects. So I come back through with some more of that glazing, and it just makes everything really nice. So in the end, here's how they turn out. Gonna have to do more of those plates. Those are fun. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Tell your friends. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. I like to know. Also, feedback is always welcome. Bye. Do a good turn daily, guys. Take care of each other.